This game turns the quiet friend into the biggest yapper in the room. Everyone's yelling, interrupting, calling cap, and defending the wildest opinions like it's their full-time job. There are 140 different cards and it never gets old. You need Yap versus Cap.
Let me show you some objectionable albums. Can you swing around and look at this monitor over here? All right. Here's one by, this is Cat, I assume. Let's see the next one. Let's see the next one. Oh, where's the English? Let's take a look at another one. Take a look at another one. See, we got one more. Okay, more. Megadeth. Megadeth. Wasp. Wasp. I hope you didn't have anything to say about the last one, or you're out of here.
I don't know.
Look, when we come back, we're going to meet Twisted Sisters, J.J. French. Stand by. You've heard what Jennifer has to say about heavy metal. Is it sadistic? Is that Satanism? What is it?
What she says is pure crap, is basically it. Now, three things. First of all, let me just take 1 second to thank all of our fans for all these years for supporting Twisted Sister in the tri-state area. Thank you very much. Second of all, you're going to be hearing people screaming about Johnny Lives Dangerously, which is a rock and roll local cable TV show.
Cool it. We want to hear the show.
We brought you this shirt from Johnny Lives Dangerously. Morton, this is for you. All right? Okay. All right. And now let's talk about heavy metal. I've been playing heavy metal for 15 years. I got into it because I love the music. I love the good time. And that was all there was to it. And to insult the intelligence of these people by telling them that they don't have the intelligence to pick the kind of music they want to listen to is an insult to the people of the United States of America, okay?
Let me ask you a question. And all the time you've been in it for 15 years now, and all the time did you see a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol taking place with the gang?
Let me tell you this. I have toured and done over 3,300 shows in the past 15 years. I have played in 34 countries. I've been on tour with Whitesnake, Rat. Listen, from Motley, Metallica, you can name the band, and we've been on tour around the world over and over and over again. 300 days a year. And I have never, ever in my life seen anything but professional attitudes from these bands, Mort. I haven't seen drug use. They just busted their butt. And the accusations that can be placed here, are so unfounded as to create hysteria, which leads to an unfortunate platform. What that platform leads to is crazy legislation that cities around this country have adopted in order to try to keep rock out. And if it can happen in one city, it can happen in another. It can happen right here in New Jersey. And I'm telling you, you can't let that happen. Don't blame rock and roll, okay?
What you were saying is there are some very responsible heavy metal groups,
and
there are some irresponsible heavy metal groups.
Let me give you for instance.
And same as there were responsible people who wrote songs with the word in it and others before rock and roll ever came along. That'll be edited out, right?
Well, I don't want to be the arbiter of good taste. I don't want to be the person to decide what is right for everyone because that's too much of a generalization. What may be right for me may not be appropriate for the 10-year-old kid down the block. But I'm just saying that parents need to be tuned in,
then the problem
and the way they
who
get
is the
tuned
person
in,
who makes, my concern is who's the person that then makes that decision? Who is the arbiter? Well, if it is the parent, let me say this to you, okay? Considering that rock and roll has been a scapegoat for the past 30 years and continues to be a scapegoat for every cheap accusation that falls their way, a couple of things occurred to me. Do you know that about 10 years ago, there was a guy called Son of Sam, went around, killed people, and when they arrested him, he told everyone that a dog told him to do it. And I thought this was interesting.
And he was part of a satanic group,
True,
though.
but just remember, a dog told him to do it. Now, if you want to take this theory way out to its end, then you should abolish all the dogs on this planet. Then you have the sick guy in Chicago.
God, wait a second. Let us talk here for a second.
Shut up.
I've turned on MTV a number of times, and I really only see two kinds of women on MTV. Young blondes, and virginal boots, all right?
Let's see your boots, Mort.
I'm not a young blonde, baby. And I'm not a virgin, but neither are you, either one.
Yeah, but you know what you are. Hey, you know what you are.
usually they have.
Junior, I hate to tell you, you're chain smoking in my face, and you're gonna get cancer. And please, don't get it. I'll tell you something, Mort. You know, Mort. This shows your total. Shut up. This total shows your total insecurity of females and everything, because you have to be sucking on a cigarette. It's amazing to me. If you don't have your own to suck on.
Come back here.
Hey, come back here. Hey, I had to say something. Come back here and suck my.
And I'll guarantee you she has one. This is the kind of crap. This is the kind of crap that I can understand this lady is fighting against. Get her ass out of here. We'll be back in a minute.
February, when we salute three great American leaders, Lincoln, Washington, and Crazy Eddie. Crazy Eddie, his sale prices are insane.
I could see the flames, screaming, people shouting.
Well, I work with families whose children are in a lot of trouble with drugs and alcohol, suicide, and so forth. I've worked very closely with these parents. I have been privy to diaries that young people who are into the drug scene have written. And I want you to know that all throughout the diary are references to heavy metal, songs, and so forth. And my question here is, I have no problem with heavy metal or rock and roll that gives out a positive, healthy message. Why do we have to write lyrics?
Healthy in whose eyes?
I would hope in everybody's eyes. I don't think it's healthy to promote and glamorize the use of drugs and alcohol, especially when you know your audience is the adolescent audience.
Okay.
These are young people who are trying to find their identity. They gravitate to music, which is natural and fine. But what is the message that they're getting from some, not all? I am not condemning heavy metal or rock and roll as a whole. I am condemning those lyrics which promote drug and alcohol use that make it very glamorous. These kids really get excited about this stuff.
Let's listen for a second. Tell me if this fits into the category. Ozzy Osbourne, I think it's called Suicide Solution.
Do I think it?
Let me read this to you, all right? Surgeon's warning. Smoking causes lung cancer, heart disease, emphysema, and may complicate pregnancy. Labels, they suck.
This is Yap vs. Cap, the ultimate party game of Yappin and Cappin. It's simple. Pick a side, argue your hot take, and don't let your friends cap on you. Don't wait. Your next legendary game night starts now.
I can look at you and not want to have anything to do with you because I know where my morals belong. And not that I'm against sex. I got 7 kids. Okay? I got 7 kids. And we lost 3. But just because I see a woman's boobs exposed doesn't mean that that's going to get me hot and bothered, because I don't believe that if we don't practice what we preach, if we don't set an example for our children, then I'm no better than the guy that goes out there, a woman that goes out there and sells it, exhibitions itself, does with drugs.
Do you find women in bathing suits in magazines offensive? Is that offensive?
Hell no, because she's not showing her boobs. They're leaving some to the imagination.
What's special about the genitals? I mean, are the genitals the only part of the body that needs to be covered? Isn't saying that they're the only part that needs to be covered kind of like saying they're the most important part? Are they more important than your brain? More
Well,
important
your
than
brain
your
is
hands.
covered, isn't it? And so is your heart covered. Do you expose them? Do you expose your heart?
They're inside my skin.
Okay, then your dress, your boobs should be inside your dress.
Bill, let me go, Bill. Let me go to you. Bill, you're a concerned father of 5 children. If Denise was your daughter, how would you feel and what advice would you give her? And incidentally, her parents know what she does and they're very proud of her. Am I correct? So.
Well, first of all, I got 4 children. Otherwise, I'm in big trouble.
Well, Bill, it
That's
says
right.
5 here, so go home and
That's
ask
okay.
your wife something.
That's right. There were 2 miscarriages, so maybe. But, the thing is, I think the question you just asked me, would I want a daughter or how do I feel about her doing it? I don't like to see this at all from a societal standpoint. In other words, I've also seen it. Well, none of us are going to come up here and moralize. That's not what I'm here to say. What I want to say is that, my kids are growing up. I got a boy 4 months old. I got daughters 5 and 7. I got a boy 18. Maybe he's seen too much of this already. I have no way of knowing, but
why don't you? Don't you communicate with him?
Not as well as one should. There's a little bit of teenage, adolescent stuff there.
Is your kid 18 a virgin?
That's a good question, Mort. I don't know.
I could say my daughter 19 is a virgin. I'm damn sure of that. Because I'm not a hypocrite. No, let me tell you something, pal. When you have daughters that you keep around and don't hang on corners, don't sit on cars, don't hang in bars, and remember, character at home is what makes a family. Character at home. And unless you're a hypocrite of what you teach your daughter.
Well, I've had 3 daughters. All right, I've had 3 daughters. My daughters are all grown. My youngest one's still at home. And I guess I would be saying, gee, I'm sorry to say, but I'm not going to say I'm sorry to say. Not one of them's virginity lasts past the age of 17. And yet I have 3 magnificent, fabulous daughters, 2 who are great mothers, and 1 who is going to be graduating from college in about 3 years. So, I guess what we're saying is, what is the most important thing to us? The fact that one of your kids goes out and has sex, or the fact that your kid has responsible sex, is a responsible individual, and doesn't get involved in some of the hanky-panky that's going on around this country. We'll be right back. Let me ask you, Yvette. You've written a book called Dancing the Hard. You've written a book called Dancing the Hard Way, haven't you?
Yes.
You're Yvette.
Yes.
You're Denise.
Yeah.
I'm getting these names screwed up. I didn't recognize the bodies. You've written a book called Dancing the Hard Way.
Yes.
About your career as an exotic dancer. What turns people on to the old bump and grind?
Old bump and grind?
Yeah. Is that what you do, the old bump and grind?
Yeah. I keep it alive. I used to. I don't dance anymore. I used to keep it alive. And what they like is what I gave them was, I tried to keep the old type burlesque, the glamour, the feathers.
The stuff Tony was talking about, the senator was talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what he's
Lily
talking
St. Cyr,
about.
remember when we were kids? Lily St. Cyr?
And choreo
Beautiful
and all
stuff,
of them.
man.
That's what I kept going.
Gorgeous.
And they liked it. I had a big following, and I wrote a book on my experiences in Times Square. But
what were your experiences?
I had all kinds, I met all kinds of people.
Did you ever sell your body?
No, and I never did drugs. It doesn't have anything to do with nude dancing.
Did you ever sit with anyone at a table after you got through dancing?
No, we didn't have any tables in the burlesque houses. There's no alcohol served.
You ever sat at a table with anyone in your dancing place?
No, I stay in the dressing room
Never.
between shows.
Never, ever?
No.
Mort, let me just clarify
Amazing.
something.
We found the only 5 virgins doing strip.
Remember one thing. I'm not condemning any young lady here that is a dancer, professional dancer, with morals. You say never did drugs, never sold your body. We're not condemning you. And we're not looking down on anyone in this audience that is a stripper. But you have to remember this, that there's a certain degree of this art, of nudity, exposure on stage, that has a lot to do with what's happening with our youngsters. The laws are so liberal. And I like to take the Congress and the Senate and start with them. Those liberal guys who don't make laws to protect children, who make laws that at 16 years old, a girl can have sex without consent of her parent. That takes guardianship away. That's right here in the state of New Jersey.
How can you be sure that your daughters are virgins?
And what's the big deal of, if they're a virgin, then they're a good girl. If they're not a virgin, they're a bad girl. What's one thing got to do with the other? And what do they both have to do with burlesque?
I'll answer your question. First of all, there's a lot to do with whether she has a sex relationship and she does not have a sex relationship.
What is that?
I don't want her coming home with a bundle from Britain from a guy that
Then why
we
don't you teach her birth control?
Why should I teach my daughter to be immoral with birth control when I could teach her to be more moral by telling her not to do it until she gets married?
I've seen thousands of guys like you in burlesque
No,
theaters
you
all
didn't
over
see
Times
thousands
Square.
of guys like me.
Just like you.
You never saw thousands of guys like me because I don't waste my money looking at that.
You like girls like everyone else
Yes.
does.
I'm not a
Well,
queer.
we don't have to
I'm
sit
not
around.
a queer lady.
But the point is, we don't have
Sure,
to
I
go to
like
burlesque theaters and masturbate. We can get the real thing.
No,
I mean,
of course you
just
can, but
because
you
I
say
like
it's putting
girls
girls down.
doesn't mean
Not
that I
putting
have
the
to
girls
accept
down.
immoral procedures.
That's not immoral.
Well, if you call a girl standing in public taking all her clothes off not immoral, what the hell is it, St. Mary?
You don't like to see that?
Wait a second. All right. I'll show you something because the next stripper we have claims she does it for God. Let me zip it now. Zip it. Let's go. Let me introduce you to a new guest on home base. Her name is Kellie Everts, and she's a stripper for God. Kellie, let me tell you something, pal. If there's ever a milk strike, I'll know where to go. You claim that you perform for Christ, all right?
Yes.
Included in that is performing in your homemade porno movies. Are these movies intended for viewing in the big VCR in the sky or what?
Well, I'll tell you something. I have been the only stripper for God in the world, and I gave over 1,000 sermons in burlesque theaters and nightclubs. And I proved that women who show their bodies and sell their bodies are not pigs, and I'm sick and tired of guys like you calling us bimbos.
Hey, sit
and whores.
down, you fat bitch.
Listen, you sit down. Being called a whore and a bimbo and a slut.
You say you prostitute?
It is the men that are the pigs. They're the degenerates and the perverts. They create.
Listen, just a second.
We are the
this
supply.
is the crap
It is
she's
the men
in.
that want
Dominant
sex.
mystique.
The men want perversion.
Where she can beat the
men
hell out
are
of
the
men.
sex
I'd love you to
maniacs.
try to beat me, honey. I'd show you how to kick the living out of a broad. And don't you ever claim you do this in the name of God.
Yes,
because
I am.
he is not a slut. You are. Is this the magazine you post for?
I preach
Is this
to men.
pornography? Is this pornography?
So what? So what?
You're doing pornography in the name of God?
Pornography
Did
is
you
sex.
make a vow to the
God
Virgin
made sex.
Mary? Did you make a vow to the
I
Virgin
do
Mary?
not do sex. I have not had sex for 10 and a half years because the Blessed Virgin, that's right. The Blessed Virgin appeared to me and said, I do not want you
She
to have
appeared
sex
to
with
you?
men. That's right.
Do you do drugs?
Yes.
Do you do
think
drugs?
you're
Do you
No.
do drugs?
No, I don't.
You must have, baby, if the Virgin appeared to you.
No. The Virgin appears to good people who pray, and I pray, and I'm good, and I love God.
Are
and
you
I
a
love the
prostitute?
Blessed Mother. No, I'm not.
Were you a prostitute?
I have sold my body. So what? So what?
Let me
Sex
tell
is
you.
not a sin. Sex is not a sin. God created sex. God created the body.
God created a
Who-
lot of
who
things
is
there.
without sin? Are
We're
you
the
without
ones
sin?
who abuse
Are you
them,
without
not God.
sin? Are you without sin? You only do sex for procreation?
I'm not without sin. I don't say
You
that.
never masturbate? You never do anything except in marriage? Who of you is without sin?
Well,
Stand up and throw stones.
you know, I think what I think what offends some people here is that while we are all not pure, and while no one could cast a stone that is without sin, I think, though, it is insulting to some to come up before an audience and say that in the name of God and in Jesus Christ, you perform whatever you perform.
And the Virgin Mary.
If you... I do, however, will give you this kind of credit. If you at one time were a prostitute and you said that because of the name of Jesus you gave it up, I'll commend you for that.
I would too.
I will commend you for
evil.
that.
They are giving men what they want and need.
No. One thing I must say.
They might be giving them what they want, but that doesn't mean God made them want it.
If a man in this audience wants your body,
God didn't make sex.
Will you give it to him?
God didn't make sex. God made man. And from the lousy rib of man, he made a pig like you.
Medical science has proven that the woman was first. And the first woman created the man.
Honey, God didn't need a rib when he created you. All you are is a parrot with legs. Let me go to Bill. Bill, do you consider male or female public nudity immoral? And do you consider a lady like this, lady, who, first of all, has had a vision from the Virgin Mary? All right. Next, we'll find out. Next time, we'll find out that she's carrying Jesus.
Saints are crazy. Saints saw visions.
What?
They're all crazy. All saints are crazy.
No, saints did something to prove they were saints, honey.
I prayed for years and years.
That's
I was
good.
in seclusion
That's
and
good.
silence praying.
That's good.
That's why I had visions.
But did you get an answer?
Yes.
And what was the answer?
Many
To
times,
give up,
many
to
different
give up
answers.
prostitution, right?
That has nothing to do with it. The Blessed Virgin said don't have sex anymore 10.5 years ago.
And you haven't had it since.
That's right.
It's backed up into your chest.
And more. What this woman is saying is an insult to our collective intelligence. There is no way she's making any sense. She's half gone.
She's making dollars, not cents.
Maybe lots of dollars somewhere. This is the kind of thing I worry about with my children. If she gets out there and my kids got to see this, whether it's on TV, regular TV, home box office, this is the kind of thing that bothers me.
You're
not
the kind
performers.
of man that sticks around to massage parlors and prostitutes.
I do. Do I?
And you're a big hypocrite here.
I do. Do I? Where'd you ever see
Mr.
me in a
Big,
massage
in the public. Where's all
I
the
have a
sleep
wife.
bags?
What, do you have a husband?
Where are all the men? Where are all the men that go to all the prostitutes? How come you only have the so-called good guys here?
Oh, that
Where's
means-
all the jobs?
that means we
Where
should
they
condone
hiding?
you.
Where's all the
Guys
jobs?
here.
Were
We're
they
not all
hiding
good guys
in
here.
magazines like you put out? Dominance, all right? Aren't
Dominant mystique.
Aren't you a lady who believe you're what do they call them? Dominicers? What do they call them?
Dominatrix.
Dominatrix. So men come to you who want to be dominated.
That's right.
What do you do to them?
I dominate them.
How?
I hit them. I tease them. I torture them. I give to men what they deserve because they need punishment. Because they're the bad ones, not the women. They need discipline.
Wait a minute.
They need discipline.
We don't generalize with women, and you should
Not
not
all men.
generalize with
Not
men.
all men.
There
I know
are
this.
sick men that like to
They're
be
not
dominated.
sick.
They're sick. They're
No.
sick
They're
like
sick.
yours are sick.
Why
They're
should women?
sick.
Why,
They're
Senator?
sick just like anyone.
No.
I guess you guys want to be
Senator.
dominated, getting his ass whipped.
Wait a
Well, how do you get dominated?
Let me ask you a straight question. Why should women be dominated by men?
They shouldn't
No
be.
one should be dominated by anyone but by our morals.
You're saying men
And
that
I'm-
want to be are sick.
There are men that are sick,
And
there are women that are
Anyone
sick.
who wants to be beaten is sick.
I mean, there
Anyone
are
who
some
wants
guys
to be
that
beaten
like to
is
get
sick.
themselves whipped with a wet towel to reach a
Everybody wants to
climax.
be beaten. It's the sick mind that wants to be
I know a guy. I know a senator in the United States today.
It ain't me.
Who she probably know. I know. Who likes to get down on his hands and knees like this, have ostrich feathers put in his rear end, a collar put on, and the dominatrix pet him and say, "Nice bird," huh?
That's a sick son of a bitch.
That's a sick guy.
And
That's a guy.
the kind of
That's a
man
guy who's making the
that
laws
we want
that
out
make
of our
this possible.
society with the women he does it with.
Let's come
Because
back, all
that's
right?
a
Let's come
dangerous
back in just a second. Continue this.
While the
gentlemen who are at Loudmouth number 2 there, and these gentlemen are former Chippendales. When they do their bump and grind, it's considered cute and fun. Yet women are considered sleazy. Do you think male strippers are okay?
I believe that all of this has its proper perspective to where to go. I don't believe it should be made public, like on VCRs and stuff like that. Before, like I said, not to be redundant, we had the Burlesque, we had the Empire, we had Minsky's. You had a specific place to go, and that's where it belonged. It doesn't belong in the public where you want to go in with your wife and your daughter. It seems like every place, most of the places today, have this type of entertainment, and it's not always acceptable.
Why do you feel it's wrong? Do you feel like it leads to sex? Do you feel like it leads to promiscuity?
I'll tell you what it leads to, and bear with me.
Censorship is bad.
Wait a minute now.
It
Let
leads
me
to
tell
a
you what it leads to.
leads to a disrespect for a woman's body.
There was once a man in the United Nations who took his shoe off and was banging it on the counter. And he said to the American public, give me one generation of youth, and I will destroy America within, and I will take over America without firing a shot. Drugs, sex, pornography, exposure to the youngsters, unidentification with parents and God, that destroys my nation.
Excuse me.
Now wait, there may be a form of entertainment for them, but I'm worried about my America. I'm worried about my children.
I am not in favor of casual sex. I am not in
hear that.
favor of promiscuity. I am not in favor
And if you wanted to remain free, Kelly, if you want to remain free, you have to set a moral tone of A, responsibility, and B, respect for the woman, and C, respect for the man.
A sexy man, and say, that's a delicious looking person, without needing to rape them or go out and pick up a whore on a street corner.
But that's what we're trying to say. What's the necessity? I know when I go home to my woman, there's something got to be left to the imagination. I don't want her walking around the street with no clothes on. I don't want my daughter. I don't want my daughter doing it.
Are you offended by nudes in the Metropolitan Museum of Art?
I'm offended by
Are
nudity.
you offended by
Yeah, in certain arts, yeah, because it's not made in the same concept. Excuse me, let me answer your question. It's not done in the concept of cultured art, not like it was. It's being done under the concept of pornography, piggish stuff today. You're talking about
pornography.
If you're talking about Roman sculpture, that's quite different.
Pornography is not nudity. Pornography is the depiction of the sexual act.
What do they do with their clothes on?
Pornography is the depiction of the sexual act. Nudity is just nudity. It could be in a painting. It could be in a still picture. Pornography is when you depict people having sex.
I'm going to agree with the young lady on that. I'm going to agree with that.
You can agree with her. Right. I don't agree with it. Because you're having sex, you're still nude, aren't you?
I'm not in favor.
What she's saying, Senator, is
nudity.
just nudity like a Rubens or a Gauguin or something, all right? But when she's talking about that. But when you're talking about some of these pictures in Nugget, in some of these magazines, Cherie, where you show penetration, where you show a girl down performing oral sex, that is pornography.
I am not in favor of that.
This is what the man wants.
No, this isn't what the man wants.
The men do not want nice, beautiful,
we have a sick society.
Let me get back to these guys. Let me get back to Tommy and Danny, all right? How about you guys? Do you do drugs and sleep with fat, horny ladies when you go home?
Not at all, Mort.
All right, now you're working. What do you call yourselves now?
Night moves.
Night moves. Right. So you do male stripping, right?
Yes. Right.
And the girls tuck money into your G-strings and all that stuff, right?
Not necessarily.
Have you ever picked up a girl at one of these places that you thought was nice? Come on, guys.
No.
Level with me.
No, you have to keep that.
Well, let me ask you. then. Are you gay? Are you gay?
No.
Are you gay?
Not at all.
All right. After the job is over, will you maybe go in the audience and pick up a young lady?
It's a policy not to do that at all.
Policies are meant to be broken. I've seen them broken as a kid.
I wouldn't do it any more than if I was in a nightclub on my own. If I was in a club and I was
three good-looking guys, 3 good guys dropping down to their jocks so that the only thing hanging out there is their... And you're telling me when a young girl...
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
All right. First of all,
All right, we all have other occupation besides this. What we do is we do this at night to make extra money. That's basically the sole
How much
purpose.
money do you make?
Okay. How much money do I make? What, dancing?
Yeah.
Because
That's not important.
well, really, I couldn't tell you. It all changes. Well, what actually, what actually is important is though,
it
look,
is important.
You
I decide
see,
it's important.
yeah, okay, you're the boss. I agree. But what I'm just saying is that you see the spectrum of the range of people that do this. Now, in our cases, I'm an actor. I just made 2 films. They're major films. They'll be coming out. Okay. He owns his own business, and he also he's a model, and he does other things. Okay. That's right, Superman. Anyway, so all I'm saying is, look, we all have our own aspirations. Now, I would prefer to dance at night than to waiter or something to that effect.
Okay.
All right, because I just don't like that type of demeaning thing. The way we present ourselves on stage is the way that you're viewed. Now, in other words, when males do it, there is a double standard. Females are looked upon poorly because their act usually entail more nudity and more specifically explicit type things.
All you're doing is
No,
showing.
it's because the men degrade women and the men have a bad opinion.
When men do it, I'm not going to argue with her because she does
Women
it
are nice to you because women are good people. Men are the perverts and the degenerates.
Hey, Mark, can you get her out of here?
It's wrong. Morning, it's wrong.
You dance for God. Well, if you dance for God,
is a
why are you
man, honey.
condemning
Hey,
everybody?
Mark.
God is a
I'm
man.
sick and tired of hearing God is
Lord,
a man, son of God
Who's
is a
the,
man.
who's
I
the
say,
Virgin Mary? A guy?
Bring back the goddess religion.
20 years ago, you didn't see this shit on, excuse me,
Yes, you did.
on the street.
Oh,
Not
on the
like
street?
this.
Oh, no, you're
Not
right.
on the TV, not everywhere.
No, you sure
Now
did.
we got it for the ladies. The men were already screwed up. I agree with you on that point. Now we got the ladies getting the same thing.
Well, can I ask
Why
you
is that justified?
Go, let
just
him
wanna
jump
ask
in.
It's a
you
moral
How many in this
decree.
audience would like to see their daughter do that? The truth. How many of you women would like to see your daughter exhibit themselves like that?
Or
You
any
wouldn't
woman
want
you
it.
respect.
You
Can I
don't
ask
want
a
it.
question?
Why you don't want it?
Do any of these people?
I'll tell you why.
How many want to see their mothers do it or their wives do it?
I have a daughter.
Mark,
You know why?
Mark.
You know why people don't want their daughters to do
Men or
this?
female, do any
I'll
of these
tell you
people
why.
have children? Do any of them have children or have had children?
I have
children?
Anybody have children?
I have.
Any children?
I'll tell you the answer why
children?
we
Well,
don't
of course,
want
I
this.
forgot.
How old?
I have a daughter 18 years old. I want to tell you why I do not want my daughter to do this. Because she will be called a bimbo by hypocrites and a whore and a slut. And she won't be. She's good. Because we are sick and tired. Sick and tired. Sick and tired. Sick. You said. You come here.
Hey, Mark, I resent being on the same show with her.
You know something? You know something? You know something? Listen. You know something? You know something? She gave us our answer, didn't she? Huh? The hairy armpit gave us our answer. We'll be back with the audience and find out what they have. Before we go to the audience and before we go to a very interesting dance, all right, let me ask these guys, in your opinion, what has this show done in general to raise the image of women in the eyes of women and men in the eyes of men?
Well, basically what I just want to point out is our type of show is very choreographed. It's much more of a professional type show. And it's a little bit different from what these girls
Hey,
do.
ladies, how many of you want to see these guys take it off? Come on, ladies, let me hear you.
Where can they do it?
If you want to see these guys take it off every Friday and Saturday night, you can see them at Stevie G. And they've also performed at the Octagon.
Listen.
Hey, ladies, come on, with your macho boyfriends here. Who wants to see
Mort
this?
asked. Mort asked.
Wait a second.
Mort was asking what this show did. What this show should be doing. While showing that these young ladies are in their profession, think of the pimps who wait in the bus stops for runaway girls and put them in caves, kick the living hell out of them, and put them on the street. Think of the organized crime that takes a young kid that goes on the wrong route and they fill her up with juice and they got her out there hooking. Think of what the criminal element does with pornography and exhibitions. There are legitimate ones, but think of what organized crime
Senator,
does.
I couldn't let the evening pass without being able to allow a goddess Ambrosia to strut her stuff and twirl knives.
I resent being on the same show. You resent being associated with these women?
Where's your knives, Sonny? Do something with the knives, you know. Boring. Jeez.
Is this the Gong Show? Oh. Everybody take cover.
Okay. All right. The hook, huh?
The hook. The hook.
All right. Now, guys, let's go to our audience. Quick, I want our audience to get up here. Come on up, pal. Dear Lord. You're not going to do a strip for us, are you?
No, I'm not going to do a strip for you.
Thank God.
Okay, I'm from Newark. And not only about the immoral part of it, but how about the danger to the girls? We had a young girl, 19 years old, in Newark, who said, I don't do drugs. I don't sell my body. Yet, if it wasn't for the senator and his patrol that found the girl, she had 6 bullets in her. The senator went out with his patrol, found the guy on Bloomfield Avenue. He said, what the hell? She's a whore.
The guy said.
The guy said to him.
That's all he thought.
That's all he said.
So
It's a
he
whore.
had no value for a woman.
No value whatsoever. They say, well, I don't sell my body. I don't do drugs. But when it comes down to the final number, you find out they're wrong.
She was a stripper, though.
She was a stripper.
All right, so she excited some mental midget to
That's
go
all
out
you get.
and try to
Or-
kill her.
If it wasn't for people like you and the senator that's God-fearing American and right, white, and blue.
How do you know he's more religious? You're not more God-fearing than I am. What makes you think you're better than a prostitute? What makes you think you're better than a prostitute, huh?
Hey, I'll tell you.
Excuse me. How do you
I have to say something.
Who are you?
I'll tell you what makes him better than a
Excuse me.
prostitute.
What?
Excuse me. That man works 6 days a week on a volunteer ambulance squad. He patrols. He personally delivered 6 babies. He's better than a prostitute.
Let me go, son. Let me go. Kellie, will you shut up? One time, you're a man-hating bitch.
We're tired of it, boy. Get it.
Point, I think the point we have to bring up here is
Will you shut your fat-breasted mouth?
Excuse me, Mark.
Honey, let me tell you. Nothing. Now go.
the point we have to bring up here is a question of responsibility. Whether it's you saying that you have a legitimate job, whether you're saying your job is legitimate, it's a responsibility to everyone else in your community, going from the community to the state to the nation. If you're portraying yourself in what can be seen or perceived as a negative light, then how is everyone else going to perceive?
Man
Just
or
because
woman.
man
Same
or
way.
woman. If
Same way,
you can't
Cal.
sit there and tell everyone each individual situation, if you're dancing, you're saying, well, I'm not doing it in a negative light. Well, how does everybody else know unless you're saying it? You're seen in a negative light. That's how everybody else is seeing it. It doesn't do any good for the community, doesn't do any good for the state, doesn't do any good for the nation. And we're not about to stand for it. We got to get rid of them, Mort.
Go ahead, pal.
Mark, I've seen you do. I've seen lame shows before, but this is just no better exploitation than what you can buy in these cheap magazines. If
You're
I
right.
want this stuff, I'll go in the
You're
Village
right.
Voice or something like that.
You're
Go
absolutely
back
right.
there.
This is as exploitive and cheap and low as they come.
Well, let's get some better shows here.
Good.
Fans love it.
Good.
Wait a second, Mort. I just want to say one thing.
comes
All right,
for
listen,
He's entitled to his opinion, lady.
Listen,
He's putting me in my place, and he's right. Because I've exploited the hell out of the television audience to get them to watch this, because I want them to see people who are weird like you, people who are nice like her, people who are probably gentlemen like this, ladies like this who, dear God, madam, get a job at Wendy's. Make something of yourself. will you?
Mort, I have never stripped. I am not an exhibitionist. I am a belly dancer.
All right. Let's go with the rest of the audience. Go ahead, pal. You're next. Go ahead. Let's just.
Well, I just want to make it clear, though, that we are not associated with them. Okay, not that. Wait, listen. I don't mean that in an insulting, derogatory way.
Of course you do.
Is that? All I mean is that. All I mean, I'm not better than anyone. That's not what I'm saying. All I mean is that we do things in a different way, in a different manner.
Let me hear Denise. She's been trying to say something.
I just wanted to say that I feel like this business has the potential to show how beautiful the human body is. It's not necessarily sexual. I mean, you know, this business has the potential to show how beautiful the body is, how beautiful all parts of the body, arms, hands, fingers, breasts, hair, face are. I mean, just because you look at, you know, when you... You're entitled to your opinion.
This is the
no one
audience
ever
portion.
forced you to watch
the
a
audience
strip
portion.
team.
Right.
If you feel it's inappropriate, don't go.
Kellie, is your daughter proud of what you're doing?
Yes.
She is?
Yes.
What does
She's
your
a
daughter
nut
do?
just like you.
What does your daughter do?
She's married.
She's what?
She's 18 years old and she's married.
Because she wanted to get away from the mother. What else? Young man, go ahead.
Lord, I'd just like to say, I'm a police officer in Newark, and I deal with these type of people all the time in the project. We find people like you all the time, strung up. People like you to promote crime. People like you. If I had you in my church, you're despicable. You're a piece of.
What are you?
Like you.
What are you?
I'm a Catholic.
You're a Catholic.
That's
What
right.
does that make you?
That's
There's
right.
a lot
that
of
makes
Catholics.
me a person that abides by the law and respects people, and you do not respect no one. And you
Yes,
respect
I do.
no one's
I respect
morals.
women and decent men.
People like you are laying in the projects constantly. We see them all the time. Strung up, dope, shot. Well, all because of people like you. You make
You
people.
know what kind of a Catholic you are?
What kind of
You're
Catholic
the kind
I
of a Catholic that did the Inquisition, that put the Jews in the ghetto.
Yeah, all right. Sit down. You don't know what
Catholic you are.
You don't know what you're
You
talking
know, like
about.
Jesus
You
Christ.
don't know what you're
You
talking
do
about.
not.
You sit down, you piece of.
Let me tell you something. Don't blame the Catholics.
You are.
Don't blame the Catholics for what happened to the Jews.
Narrow-minded.
No, sir. Hold on.
The Pope put the Jews in the ghetto.
I, as a Catholic, will not sit here and have the Catholics be blamed for what happened to the Jews. That's good now.
Know it very well.
And let me tell you something. Hold on.
We'll be back in just a minute. We'll argue this out and we'll be back. Let's go back to our Loudmouth. Loudmouth 2.
Yeah, I'd like to say something just from a woman's standpoint.
Please.
And from a woman's standpoint, when it's done for entertainment purposes and it's done tastefully, okay, like these guys do, where it's on a stage and
Go
they come
like
off
Denise
stage.
did.
And, well, not even so much
Not even
that.
her?
Because look at what she's wearing to look what these guys are wearing.
She's wearing
I
my
don't
jacket.
see, but I don't know. She's wearing a topless thing and a little leopard print with things on the side.
Yeah, but they haven't done anything. They take their pants off and they got a G-string. Right?
Yeah, but
Right?
there's no reason
That
that it belongs on a stage when it's done tastefully up there, when it's in costumes, okay, and it's done as
Yeah,
part
but
of the
you
show.
say tastefully. Sweetheart, believe me, I have been to theaters in Los Angeles where they have sex on stage.
That's not what I'm
It's all
talking about.
choreographed.
No,
it's
no,
all
that's not what I'm
very
talking about.
tasteful.
I'm
all right?
talking about what
Come
you
on.
see. What you see sometimes with the girls in skimpy costume, let's say in big headdresses, and that's up on stage, and there's not any nudity. Okay, that's done. It's just a costume.
Yeah, I
When
like
it's-
something left
when
to
it's-
imagination.
Yeah, when it's done, I mean, sex on stage and pulling off
All
your
right,
shirt.
let me go to this young lady. What have you perceived tonight?
Well, what I wanted to say was that I've had these guys at our club at Octagon in the city. I've had these guys at our club, Octagon in the city, and it is very tasteful. It's very choreographed. It's very nice.
Well, but
and a
I'm-
lot
I'm
of the
telling
women
you, a
love
lot of
it.
these women, a lot of these women consider choreographed.
This is very
trashy. I mean, it's not done like the guys are done. I can respect these guys more than I can respect
Let me go, this
them.
young lady.
Hi, Mort.
All right, let me ask you a question. You've seen the show tonight.
Yes.
Are you uplifted about women in this business?
I personally want to say that these women portray themselves as sluts. I'm sorry, no matter what. I want to know, where is the self-respect for these women? I want to know, how do you feel about yourselves? I mean, come on. Everybody looks at you and everybody says, these women are sluts no matter what. No matter what. You look like sluts. I'm sorry.
These guys that say that are morons. Morons.
Good for you.
Morons. You are morons.
Kelly,
Morons.
Kelly, we might be morons, but I'd have to drink a case of Doers before I for you.
You can't even get more.
Honey, she's right. She's right. She's right. Looking at her, I shrunk.
Because you're gay. You're gay.
I just like to say I do go to go-go bars, and I do appreciate women like the one in the center there. I do.
Of course.
What I don't appreciate that. You don't appreciate about God.
You don't like me. You don't like me because I stick up for my rights. They want submissive women that give them. They want women that give them. That's what they want. And I will do
Security, security.
Sweetheart.
You sit it.
Sweetheart, while you got that microphone near your mouth, do what you know how to do best with the microphone.
Can I star you in my... He's
baby.
thinking sodomy.
This girl right here says that she dances in the name of God. Who actually appointed her, or who?
She had visions, man. She had vision. She had a vision. You'd have a vision too. She's probably got a lot of diseases to go along the vision.
A bunch of pigs.
Look at. There are people who do this, who do it in good taste. This young lady, these gentlemen. There are people who do it.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Get it down. Get it down. Get it down now.
All right. Now. Our first Morton Downey All-Star Award goes to the best dressed man and woman, Paula Sinclair. May we see Paula Sinclair in action on an earlier show, please. I would like to introduce our first guest, Paula Sinclair. Paula, would you come up, please? Fine, hold on. Would Paula Sinclair kindly come to home base? You're gonna make it work. It's gonna mess me up. No, you gotta wear it. You gotta wear it. You gotta wear it. You messed up my makeup. You gotta wear it. Gotta wear it. You just broke it. Take it in your teeth. Hold that in your teeth. Sit up. Now, do you think my wife should have divorced me for her? Here, the ribbon. All right. All right, now, moving on. And incidentally, one of you lucky guys tonight will get a date with Paula. We have selected the member of our studio audience who will be dating Paula already. I saw you the other night at a party.
Yeah, it was fun time.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go. Let me introduce out. Our next award goes to a woman I just love to hate, all right? The putrid pornographer, Diane Hansen. Now, here's a little clip of her debut on the Mort Downey Show. Let's see Diane.
Oh, I was married for 5 years.
Hi, baby. I'll tell you, I wouldn't even look at a tramp like you for all the money in the world.
Would Diane Hanson please come out and receive her award? That lucky medal. All right. Our third All-Star recipient gets the Nicest Killer I Ever Met award. And here's how Gino Gentile, on his first Downey program, reacted. May we see Gino, please? So,
That
come here.
feels good knowing
Strap
that if a police
Chubby in
officer
here,
or
will
him or
ya?
somebody's killed,
Strap Chubby in here.
someone who doesn't
Chubby.
care about life.
Let me ask the audience. Let me ask the audience. Does he fry? Listen. Does he fry? Does he fry? Or does he go free? Fry him! All right. Come on in, Gino Gentile. Receive your medal.
You really must hate the caucus all the way from Boston.
Yeah. There you go, pal. Sit down. Wait, let me see.
I'm going to get him for you.
Oh. A wonderful, beloved, two-time murderer. All right. Now, recipient number 4 is a real... Recipient number 4. Incidentally, she happens to be the publisher of Jugs magazine. Recipient number 4. He will be excited when he gets out here because this guy's a real sicko. This guy spent a fortune waxing away the hours, all right, to phone sex operators. Now let's find out exactly how much this guy spent on getting the old... Go to this guy's face. Randy, how much was your bill, pal?
$12,633.
Let me tell you. Let me ask you. Wait a second. Now this guy got sucked in, all right? Let me ask you, and I'm not being confrontational, all right? When you've had these phone sex calls, would you masturbate?
Sometimes, yes.
All right. Well, wait a second. That's what the hell they're for, all right, for the most part. Frankly, what I don't understand is $12,000 worth of masturbation and you're still fat. Would Randy the masturbator enter, please? Now, I sure hope after shaking hands with him I don't get hair on my palm. Our next happens to be one of our favorite audience members ever. And she was also the recipient of lots of phone calls. You'll recall on one of these shows, she sat up there screaming and terrorizing the audience, shooting the bird to everyone. All right? Her name is Alice. Let's watch Alice, please. Come on. Take that, go right up in their face.
That's a propaganda, Fred. page. Open your book.
Alice, come on in and receive your medal, sir.
I get around me. I'll make sure I'm going to go to the west side with this. Why not?
Absolutely.
Lord, the only thing I'm disappointed that you're
Speak
not.
right into my navel.
The only thing I'm disappointed that they took you off at 9 o'clock and you go in at 11:30. What the hell is this?
All right. Our final recipient, our final All-Star. Let me see if I can pick this up. The Ashley. Yeah. Ugh. The toughest guy we've ever met, all right? This guy doesn't just drink water. Watch what he does, all right? Let's see Dr. D. Come on.
You put your body nowhere.
I've been putting my
This
body
guy's
on
out
the
here
line.
crying. You're crying, man. You ain't never done nothing to nobody. This guy's crying. Let me tell you, I went to the top in every league, AWA, NWA, WWF. I've been there. I made the money, and I was kicked out. But you don't hear me out here crying about it. I didn't need no benefits.
You're right.
I had money. I could buy what I wanted because I was good. I produced, and I did it. And I ain't crying about it. You're the one crying
If
about it.
anyone
You're
out
a
here-
piece of that's what you are. You're a piece of and I ain't gonna hit you because you're gonna sue me. That's all you are. You're a piece of garbage.
All right, bring Dr. D in, please.
Have you got a mic like dog in?
Oh, yeah, I bet you something next. I bet you one in the next set. All right. Now, next we're going to see how tough these All-Stars are with each other. Stand by. Let's go around our all-star bench here. We'll start with Dr. D. Doc, let me just ask you a question. What do you think of your fellow all-stars here, Paula Sinclair? Any chance that maybe later on tonight I'll find you in fishnet stockings and 4-inch pumps, huh?
No, I don't think so. I tell you what, I hate to be a party pooper here, but if you want to save a lot of trouble here on this show, you can come in with a bulldozer and hog tie all 4 of these people right here and put them in a bulldozer and dump them in the garbage can.
And a man who bleaches his hair, Doctor.
Diane, let's get a woman's point of view. Diane, now you tell me what you think of Paula. Does she make a good-looking lady or what?
I think Paula makes a sexy-looking lady, and that is not. One thing you can say, when a man dresses in drag, he knows the way a woman should look for a man. He's got makeup on, he's got
Lord,
hair
honey,
on,
if
and
that
he is
came
making
into my
himself
bedroom,
look...
I'd puke. If I came into your bedroom, I'd puke. I have a producer who does that all the time. One of my producers picks up, what do you say, our trans what? Transvestite. Transvestite. One of my producers picks up transvestites all the time when he's had 4 or 5 drinks. All right, now.
But I'll tell you what.
Let me go to Alice. Let me go to Alice, all right? Alice. You're not fooling me. You're a woman, right?
That's right. All the way.
As a real estate person in the great city of New York, would you rent a one-bedroom apartment to her if she walked into you?
Could I do it standing up? Hell no!
Randy.
Fortunately, I live in Philadelphia where I have legal protection, and Philadelphia is more enlightened than New York.
You got
let me
legal
come to you,
protection
where?
here in the city of New York, too. But who the hell wants creeps like you walking around and bringing on
How about freedom of choice? How about freedom of choice? No, how about freedom of choice? Freedom of choice.
Yes,
freedom.
Hey,
we have rights to it.
You ain't got nothing.
That was a $12,000 phone bill. That's not what I'm talking about. We have rights to it.
Come on. Let me, Paula, I wasn't supposed to tell you this, all right, but I'm going to tell you.
Hardly wait.
I found out about it earlier. I'll tell you now, just so you can build to it. A two-time murderer, Gino, wants to take you out
Hey,
for dinner.
listen. Hey, listen. Since I'm a silent killer here, I got to move out of here. Excuse me. Sit over there, will you? I got to break this chain somehow. I'm not that bad.
Gino, let me ask you.
I get close
As
to
a-
Alex.
That's it. That's the man for you.
As a two-time convicted killer and a man who spent several years behind bars, would you rather serve a life term or spend a weekend with Paula at the Valentine Motel?
Hey, put me back in the electric chair.
Let me introduce, if you will, another one of our audience members, a gentleman by the name of Michael Weinberger. Michael, you're somewhat of an all-star yourself, I think, pal, having been on our show before. Do you think Gino deserves a choice, or should he have spent the rest of his life in jail?
I don't think he should have been spending the rest of his life in jail, not after the first conviction for intentional murder. It's very hard for me to think. Let me ask Gino himself. Can I ask you this question? After the first conviction for intentional murder, can you give us one convincing reason why he should not have been executed?
You gotta understand. Wait a second, Michael. Wait a second. In fairness to Gino, his defense were he and his buddy were shooting beer cans off each other's heads, and he accidentally put one to his buddy's eye. Right? Right? I mean, the guy, truly, Gino.
Remember, drugs and booze will break the unity of the family, and it will also kill the person next to you, especially when you play with an unloaded gun.
So, Gino, even you support the death penalty for intentional murder, right?
I feel if it's somebody's mother or,
But do you?
Of course,
Do you?
yes, I do.
You do?
Some
Well,
of
so
them
then,
do deserve
if you
it. Some of them
support the death penalty...
Some of them probably want to be executed, but the system keeps on holding them off year after year.
If you support
So
the
what's
death
the
penalty
difference?
for intentional murder,
then
why shouldn't anyone else?
Oh, wait a second. Dr. D, you were a professional wrestler, but your day job, of course, is hunting down the scum and vermin that slip through the police dragnet. How much force would you use if you had to hunt down old Tats Gentile here?
Well, it wouldn't take too much to hunt him down. He's marked pretty good, a lot of tattoos, and he's got he's built good, and he said he's not hard to find. So I'd find him pretty easy, and I'd take him in pretty easy. We established that here a while back, And as far as you're saying, convicted murder should be intentionally murder. If a guy goes out and kills a guy, or a guy sells drugs and a police officer is killed in a drug transaction, I think they should be murdered. I think these sex perverts should be murdered.
And as a matter of... As a matter of fact, I think you and I would agree that that would save lives because here we've got a two-time murderer. So if after the first intentional murder there's a death penalty, well, after the first intentional murder, if there's a death penalty, we're actually saving lives in the long run.
Who's the two-time murderer? I missed that.
The fellow.
I don't think he's committed two murders. I think you're wrong on that.
You're not a two-time murderer?
No, just the one time.
Just the
So when he
one time.
does it again, we'll all push for the death penalty, okay?
I don't know if I'm going to wait the second time.
Wait a second. Wait a second, Diane. Wait a second. Let me ask a question. Gino, let me ask a question. Manslaughter.
Yeah.
Served time, right? You were accused of another murder, right?
No, it was,
Gino.
I did 7 months, they call it negligent homicide.
Oh, negligent homicide was
Negligent
the
homicide.
But two guys did die. Two guys did die.
Well, hey, if you were going to get stabbed by somebody, I mean, what are you going to do, stand there and get stabbed at? I mean, I fought back. I'm sorry, people
Good
of
for
America,
you for fighting
you know?
back. They want you to fight back. Let me go to Diane. Let me come back to Diane. Let's go to Diane, all right? As my favorite pornographer. Where'd you let me go here? My favorite pornographer, I'm sure you've come across some pretty sleazy types. Do you think Dr. D is an asset to society or just another criminal with a license to... Hold it.
Now, you make a statement. No, you make a statement. Hang on a minute. Let me come back on that statement. You call me a... No, your mama and your daddy for having you and not teaching you right from wrong. Because I'm going to tell you, hon. I'm going to tell you. If you... Hey, you shut up, fat boy. Hey, you shut up. Don't stand up to me, punk. You better sit down, boy. I'll set you down. Don't think I won't. And let me tell you something. I don't care if you're the last woman on earth. You couldn't bum a date off of me. I got a dog at home. I can shave his, make him walk backwards look better than you. Now, you ain't got nothing to say about nobody. You ain't got to just sit down. I don't want to talk to you.
Dr. J, let me ask you a question. If I murder somebody, the vigilante comes after me, he can go to prison. What is the difference between you and the vigilante?
Well, okay, hold on. I can answer that.
What is the difference between the vigilante?
I'll tell you. I've got a lot of hormones in my body. I got hormones running wild in my body, hon. They're all natural. But you ain't getting none of them. You or that freak ain't getting none either.
What is the difference between you and the vigilante?
Okay, first thing, shut up and I'll talk, okay? Now, first thing, me and a vigilante. First thing, you never learn about me and a vigilante because nobody's come after you. They wrap you up and take you to the joint because everybody's begging for people like you and you in the joint. Because they need people like you too up there. And you can bring them money or food or whatever they need to keep their cigarettes, to keep everybody happy because he can make the whole thing. No, what you need is some upbringing. You know what I mean? You need some upbringing because you ain't nothing but a slut. A slut.
Dr. J, hey, first of all, he wouldn't last 2 weeks in the joint. Let me tell you, white guys, we're men. This guy wouldn't last 2 weeks.
That's right.
This guy would be toilet paper.
That's right.
We gotta keep this guy out of the joint because this guy supports my industry.
Let me,
This guy's
Diane.
Wait a second. I support your industry. Bull.
No. You don't support us with your mouth. You support us with your dollars.
Bull.
You put us down with your mouth, and your wallet keeps us in business.
That was before. No, that's now. I have joined, and Lloyd, I'll tell you this right now. On the last show, a couple shows months ago, you had the 777th precinct on the show. I am now a member of that organization. We are going to stamp out. We're pornographers like her. We want to get rid of them.
Standing in line, he said, I would love some bondage-style phone sex.
That was a joke.
Huh?
Oh.
Right.
That was a
Just
joke.
when you asked my phone number, too, huh?
All right.
Come on,
He wants bondage. He wants bondage-style phone sex. We'll tie him up, get someone to call him next. Stay with us.
on UHF.
All right. Let me go to Randy first, our phone sex aficionado here. Randy, looking at you, I can tell why you needed phone sex instead of the real thing. All right, but truthfully, why $12,000 in phone sex? And are you still calling those lines?
No, I'll tell you, Mort. I think what happened is, and a lot of people I've talked to, past couple minutes, felt the same way. I went through a bad relationship. I turned to the phone because I was afraid of life. And I started turning to phone sex as an opportunity. Hold on a second. I've heard thousands of people tell me the same exact story. But my life turned around. I have a lot now. I have a woman that loves me. I have a home. I have everything now.
Stole it from her.
No, I haven't. And I'll tell you, the phone sex is very damaging.
Does the woman you have now tie you up and have bonded sex with you?
Yes, why?
She does?
Yes, it's fantasy. Why shouldn't it be
Boy,
fantasy?
hey.
Well, no wonder you went to Jughead here then and asked her to have a little.
Yeah, but she
I'll
put
tell you,
together
sounds good to me. I do, made for you, exactly.
No way, baby. No way.
For male sluts like you.
Yeah. No way, baby. No way.
Both of you belong in a hog pen out here in Tennessee. You land somewhere. Both of you can waddle in the mud together. You know what I mean? Both of you are nothing
You're the wrestler. You're the one ought to be familiar with that kind of.
Hey, I don't waddle in the mud, hon. I go out and I beat men up. Men, not punks, not like
That's
this.
an admirable thing. I like a man who beats men up. Doesn't beat any
You know what I'm saying?
Real men.
Why don't you stand up and act like a woman? You act like a $2 slut down here in Harlem. That's all you are. That's all you are. This woman here is 10 times the line.
What the hell are you talking about? That I'm not a woman?
I didn't say you weren't, but you keep talking.
You're a liar. You did say it too. You said it a while ago and I heard
And
it.
I'm not a slut. I'm a woman 100%.
I want to know, number one. Hold on. I want to know the definition of slut. I have enough
Slut.
That's right.
Some lousy, undulating tart.
Right.
S-L-U-T.
That's the best,
Slut.
Mort.
I'm a great undulating tart. I don't qualify. It's
Good question.
comfortable.
Wait a second.
I ain't doing it, Dad. You my dress is down. You tell me.
I'm
not
not
gay.
I don't even show my leg.
I'm wearing shorts. It's okay to sit with your legs apart. The front doesn't hang out.
You have absolutely no class. Even didn't you say that before? Didn't you tell her she had no class? You're definitely a slut.
Wow. Yes, she is.
What is your definition of a slut? Come up here. What is your definition of a slut?
Come on.
Come on. Get up here. What is your definition of a slut? You don't know me. You don't know me. You've seen me for 15 minutes.
Okay,
What is your definition?
You have absolutely no class. You stand there with your legs open.
I'm wearing pants.
It doesn't matter. It's the way you come across.
Okay. So if a woman keeps her knees together and horses, she's not a slut.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say
Yeah,
that.
then you go to bed with a horse.
Exactly.
Do you have sex?
Give him hell. Did
Yeah.
somebody already
You
throw
like
a chair,
sex?
by the way? It was
Yeah.
done on another show.
Do you have sex with one man?
Yeah.
You ever looked at anything erotic to help your sex?
Sure.
You have decided that I'm a slut because I'm a pornographer and I'm
act
sitting on
like
Morton
one.
Downey and my
And you-
knees are not clasped
You
together.
don't act like a woman.
I don't act like a woman? Guys, am I a woman?
You are.
Oh, thank you.
Good for you.
Oh, wait a minute. All right. Let me go to Alan. Let me introduce you, please, to Alan Zellen. He's an attorney who defends the sex phone operators, etc. Alan, as an attorney who defends these sexy slime balls, is there any line that you won't cover for the almighty buck?
Is there any line that who won't cover for the almighty buck?
Pornography.
Well, I've been here. First of all, you got all-stars here. You got a virgin here who's never seen it before. I think you guys are great. This guy comes on. He's an attorney, and he's a bull. He turns to the guy, and he says, why aren't you dead? The other day in Kings County, they released a man who had been sentenced to 158 years in jail for killing 6 firemen and setting a fire. They discovered that the district attorney hid the evidence, and the guy walked out. If he had his way, he would have been dead 5 years ago. You tell me how the hell you get that guy back to life.
I don't know if that fellow was convicted for intentional murder. Was
You're
he?
full of was convicted for arson. What the hell is worse than that? How do you get him back to life?
Listen, I don't know if anything is much worse than that.
And the next thing is, every time I've heard this program, everybody has been so gosh darn patriotic, including you. But you're afraid of anything that's different. All right, the greatest thing about this country...
Let's listen.
The greatest thing about this country is freedom. We have free enterprise, which means that people can go out and do something and make a living, and we have freedom to say and do what we want as long as we don't hurt anybody else. Some gal comes up here who's earning a living in free enterprise and doing something that nobody has shown hurts anybody else, and this whole crew of yo-yos is screaming and hollering, led by you! Led by you! For what? Do you really believe in America, or do you believe in America where Mort Downey makes the rules and everybody else is...
I believe in America where the people make the rules.
Right.
Absolutely.
The people make the rules, and there is no law against what that young lady does.
As long as you don't show in a magazine penetration, things like that. And she doesn't show that in her magazine. But like this young lady says here, why do you have to sit in front of a TV camera with your legs spread giving a beaver shot?
All right. Number one, excuse me, number one, there's no beaver shot. Number two, let's see somebody stand up and say that Sports Illustrated is full of too. The biggest edition they have of the year is their swimsuit edition, which shows ass and thighs. It has nothing to do with swimming or
obviously, there's going to be very little of this show that'll be seen.
Sorry. This guy stands up and yells at everybody. He's out there collecting criminals. He was
something wrong with that?
No, it's wonderful.
No, wait a minute. I got something to tell you. Let me tell you something.
Wait a minute.
If the truth was known, if you'd offend this slut, you'd probably sleeping with her on the side. That's my opinion. My opinion only. And I want to tell you another thing, Jack. You're talking about me. I hope. Yeah.
Oh, you guys are
Yeah. Oh, shut up. Shut up. We're talking over here.
I guess you just...
Hey, and another thing. Let me tell you something. I see people like you every day, man. All you want is a dollar bill. You don't care how you get it. You don't care how anybody gets it. You don't care how many kids run up $1,000 talking to this piece of garbage. And this guy sitting beside him, he's a freak. He needs to be locked up, put away, because our kids are walking the street. And you're coming up here telling me that you are defending, they got a right to do this? No, they don't have a damn right to do it. And if I catch him out on the street making freak phone calls around my daughter or my son, I'm going to beat the hell out of him. And I will beat the hell out of you. Now, what do you say about that, old man? Huh? No, I'm not him, me. What do you say, old man?
I think if you're out collecting criminals, the least
I'm collecting them. I hope you got a charge against you.
The least you can do is act within the law.
I'm within the law.
Not by going out and beating people up because you
I
don't
have
like
not
what
beat
they
nobody
do.
up yet.
You just said if you're caught,
I will beat him up if I catch him around my kids.
Keep your kids at home.
I ain't keeping my kids at home. They got a right. It's a God-given right to walk the street of the United States of America. Now you're telling me to keep my kids home. You're full of everything you stand for. You're nothing but a piece of garbage yourself. My opinion, you should have never passed the bar. I don't know how you did it defending people like this.
I would defend people like this much quicker than I would spend my hard-earned money going to wrestling shows that are all rehearsed before the first guy gets on.
See, you're a liar. You're a liar. I'm not going to get in there with you, but you're a liar. You're a barefaced liar. That ain't my opinion. I'm making a statement. You're a damn liar.
No, not a barefaced
Yes, you're
liar.
a liar.
I've had a beard for 30-some-odd years.
Oh, turn the freak. You're a freak. You're a freak and they're a freak. Right here. Everyone in the audience. Come on. All right.
We're 31 UHF.
You guys, wait a second. Randy has a question.
Okay.
This is the guy who has the masturbation problem. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Okay, pornography. Do you think it's damaging? I talked to several police officers and had an interview with a vice squad. You know, every time they had a rape victim or a rapist, they found out pornography was involved. Pornography is destroying people. People like her should stop printing. They could drive her out of business.
Because they
Excuse me, hold on.
like this,
The fact that you
me in
did
the
your
hall and
research
beg
by
me to
talking
be
to a policeman doesn't cut the least amount of wood. If you really want the research, go to the sociology and everything else. There is more alcohol associated. Hey, wait a minute. It's my turn.
Wait a minute. I work with kids, and I'll tell you something. I got a I do. I got a 9-year-old kid right now wanting to commit suicide. He's only 9 years old. And he's committing, you know why? Because not only because of the sex, the people with their drugs and everything else, it's because the kid can't handle it. He has no one to talk to.
Wonderful. What's that got to do with this? You want to talk about crime? The first thing that's associated with crime and death and killing is alcohol. Now, why don't you turn around and say do away with alcohol? Because nobody will do it. If there wasn't a market for it, Mort says the people ought to decide.
Damn right.
Older people.
All right.
I see 17-year-old kids drinking.
No, she sells.
And I was 17 when I
She sells
started.
hundreds of thousands of magazines.
She doesn't go out.
Let's go to the audience. All the experts have their share.
All right. You're saying pornography. You're trying to justify it through other crimes.
Can't hear you.
You're trying to justify pornography through other crimes.
I'm
You're
not.
saying,
You
oh, this
did.
crime is worse. Does that make it right just because that murder is worse than pornography?
Whoever said pornography is
But
bad?
we got to start somewhere. All right, we got to cut the law says pornography is bad.
Whoa, if the law
I
said it, it
don't
would be
think
stopped.
I don't think anyone is saying that a naked body is bad, all right?
All right.
I don't think anyone's saying that. I think when you start showing naked
8-year-old
bodies,
kids see it, yeah.
all right? I don't think when you start showing naked bodies copulating and having insertion in that, I don't think that's good. I think that's bad.
You know,
And a
everybody
guy like
is-
Randy probably needs that so he can, have his...
Lord, with all due
Randy
respect,
ought to walk around, he ought to take his clothes off. I go on 42nd Street in Times Square and walk
That
around.
would end sex crime forever.
You talk bad about pornography. Have you ever looked at a Skin magazine?
Yeah, but I'm not. Look, what do you think we have AIDS for? From the explicit, we always show pornography like it's nothing. So when the little kids see it, they think, hey, it's all right, let's go have sex. And it's reasons like that that we have AIDS.
Why are kids
And some kids have no interest in sex. Why would they want to have sex from looking at pornography?
No. The audience, Professor.
You had your thought.
Now, Randy, let the audience ask questions.
He's
Shut
ready
down.
to talk. I want to ask him a question. Randy, how long have you been off the phone, number one? Number two, why don't you start a club to help other perverts like yourself save some money? And then I got another question for Paul. Paul, I'm a hairdresser. I want you to come and see me at Salon 45. I got a color for your hair that'll really do something for you.
Sing us something now. Sing us something, and Doug and the rest of you are going to have to beat this, all right? But I could get the medal over his head, over hers, his. This is the only one I couldn't get it over. So she must give... Now, young lady, go ahead.
I don't know if you're a slut, but I just want to tell you I think you're a pig. All you've done is talk about sex. All you've done is talk about sex and sit with your legs open since you got on the show. So you know what to talk about?
I'm sitting comfortably. Men are allowed to sit
Oh,
comfortably.
so you used to have your
Women
legs
are
open, you
not.
say.
Why
are you so you used to have your legs spread.
I know. All
I
these
mean,
people are
truthfully-
obsessed with my
truthfully-
sexuality.
truthfully-
Why does it matter? Even if I am a
Seriously, do
pig,
either three of
what
these
the
folks
hell
here
does it
look like
matter
rocket
to you?
scientists
It
to you?
bothers me.
It
I'm here to
bothers you.
express my
You came to
opinion.
watch the Morton Downey show and you profess you're bothered by something? You
That's
came to
what I'm
see a
here
freak
for.
show, woman.
That's what I'm here for.
not a
That's
freak
what
show.
this is for.
You're here to yell. You came here to
Yeah,
yell.
not you. Not you.
You're made
Go
uncomfortable
ahead,
by
sir.
sexual women
Go ahead,
because you're
sir.
afraid your man is going to look at me and get
That's for your
hard
pig.
on.
You think you're hot? You think you're hot?
Dr. Schultz, I'd just like to ask you a question.
Let me hear this man. Go ahead,
Schultz, I'd
pal.
like to ask you a question. What are your feelings on the death penalty?
My feelings on the death
The death
penalty?
penalty.
If a guy's convicted of a crime serious enough without a reasonable doubt, hey, kill him.
Hang him, hang
Let
him.
him do it. Like he wants to do it first.
Give him the chair.
Yeah, baby. Come here.
Go ahead, man.
Why? What do you want?
Let's see what a woman you are.
He's tied down.
Take it off, baby. Go see him. Now, he looks like a nice guy.
At first, I always ask what you want. I never open the door.
I just want to give you a hug and a kiss. You don't mind?
All right. Let me hear from this gentleman here. Let me hear from this
Say
gentleman.
that I agree with the doctor there, and that somebody should take the law into their own hands to stop sluts like her. Because
From doing what? From bringing people pleasure? You think somebody should go out and kill people who bring pleasure?
no, from being
You're
a
a real
bad
sick
influence in
man.
society.
You know, we're real American here. We're all getting up here. We're real upset about sex, which makes people feel good, and we're all real
Makes
thrilled
people
about a guy
feel
who goes
good.
out and beats
And if you
people
do it
up.
with some of them who've been making everyone feel good, they'll make you feel dead
How would you
eventually.
feel
right?
about? How would
We'll
you
be
like?
back in just a second. I gotta tell you, Alice, you are being accused by this one and this one of being anything less than a woman.
marbles together, two at the age of 61. And I don't need like the two of you and you two to change my mind.
I don't change your mind.
Well, I have to admit one thing.
I would look at your garbage. You're not even fit to walk, for Christ's sake.
Would Bill
I
Boggs
wonder
please
how
come
many
out here a
marriages
second?
will go last.
Would Bill Boggs please come out here a second? We have something for our guys.
I hope you're all having a pleasant evening. I'd just like to point out that all the Morton Downey Jr. All-Stars are going to receive Loudmouth. Bring the good nature and fun and excitement of the Morton Downey Jr. Show TV show right into your home. You'll get this game after the show.
Now, I can assure you, Alice, I can assure you, he'll want the game because I think there's a dirty picture in there. All right? And he'll have some fun.
I have one thing to say, and I'll tell you, this is what, you tell me
Little
what you
miniature
think.
telephone in the box.
Where I come from, there's one cable network where I come from that puts on pornography day and night.
Do you watch it?
No.
Did you watch it when you were on the phone?
No.
You never watched? Why didn't you watch that when you were on the phone instead of getting on the phone?
See, there's two kinds of sex.
You know what you need? I don't
There's
go.
only
Listen. Hey, I don't go. Just shut up. Me and done it. There you go. I don't told you to shut up. You don't run your mouth. Shut up. I want you to shut up. I have to. And then stand up to me, okay?
Well, actually,
Certainly, Randy's cooled off.
Your idea.
Got news for you. Let me hear this, young man.
Yeah, I just like to commend people like the good doctor up there. Someone who does take the law into his own hands. Often cops don't get a chance to get convicted criminals, and I think you do again. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank God we got guys like this. Quigley.
How do you feel about gun control? First?
The what? I didn't hear you.
Gun control? How do you feel about
Gun
it?
control, I think the Constitution says we have a right to keep guns, and we should be able to keep guns. Convicted felons shouldn't have the right to keep guns. If they take the guns away from us, only the crooks are going to have guns.
That's
Great.
exactly right.
Alice,
Alice, we're going to let you.
That crowd perfect. Between a fat, a slut, and a transvestite, and two gentlemen
Never
and a
heard the
perfect
word
lady.
slut.
Bravo!
I'd just like to say thank you.
These are your all-stars and my all-stars, all right? There's a champ, a champ, a champ, a jump, a clump, and a bump. All right? You got them all, stars.